Mercedes seemed to have been making steady progress over the last few races, but the Belgian Grand Prix turned out to be a reasonably unremarkable weekend for them. While the results weren't bad, the reappearance of an old foe may send them worried into the summer break. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, a major headache returns for Mercedes. While speaking to Sky F1, Lewis Hamilton started off by confirming the return of bouncing. "I wasn't able to keep up with the cars ahead and struggled at the start. Rear end is our biggest issue. We had big bouncing this weekend. We're back to the bouncing we had last year. It was also windy today, difficult to keep it on track." He then revealed the team's cluelessness behind the cause of the bouncing. "They don't know why the bouncing returned. To me, it is a concern. We will work through the data this week to work out what we do for the next race. I know what I want and I'm praying for it, just waiting for the day we get it." A few weeks back, Hamilton's teammate George Russell had suggested to Racing News 365 that the need to address porpoising was still present in 2023. "It's a shame that we're 18 months into these regs and still many drivers struggling. Some people were saying it needs to change and others who don't struggle will say no." He then accepted that Red Bull aren't suffering from this issue. Obviously, the two quickest cars at the moment don't really struggle as much as everybody else. Clearly, they're doing something better than the rest, but that's down to F1 and the FIA to see what can be done. Team principal Toto Wolff, while speaking to Sky Germany, gave his views on the return of porpoising. "We had real problems with the car in Spa, and we were bouncing quite a bit. The car was bouncing massively." He summed up his words by highlighting how the bouncing limited their pace. Both drivers said that the car bounced so badly when braking that the tyres overheated in the corners, and that the whole race. Of course, you can't drive faster with that. As the dust settled at the Belgian Grand Prix, a sense of both progress and perplexity can be felt at the Mercedes camp. While the team seemed to be making steady strides, the resurgence of the dreaded bouncing issue has cast a shadow of doubt. Lewis Hamilton's candid remarks and George Russell's earlier warnings have now added layers of intrigue to their quest for continued progress. With the summer break now upon us, the search for answers for the Brackley crew still remains. Should the FIA intervene to reduce bouncing, or is it Mercedes' problem to solve on their own? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.